Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And we are back with Dr. Julwel Kenney. Excited. You're looking beautiful for the holiday season. And of course, we have her lovely guests joining us here today who are listening to her words and her preaching and her. She can't hear me. Can you hear me? Hi. What happened? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I can barely hear. Can you hear me?
I hear you perfect. Yes. Welcome
Then
to the
don't.
show.
That's good. That's good.
Introduce yourself to everyone today. For those new listeners out there, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I'm Dr. Julwel Kenney, the CEO and founder of JK Personal and Professional Development. Yes, I do a lot. I'm a full-time author as well. One of my last books is Bringing Out the Best in You Through Life Challenges. It's your time to achieve.
Yeah.
And why I love that book, because why? Life challenges, they do not come to destroy us. They come to build character in us and take certain characteristics out of us. So it's how we handle the challenge which determines our outcome. Also, I am a pastor at Tabernacle of Life Ministries, located in South Orange, New Jersey. And I love empowering and preparing people for their purpose, destiny, and greatness. And one thing I am doing right now, which is exciting, Jill, for 2023. I want to encourage those to go and sign up for my class. I'm getting ready to teach on overcoming self-doubt and procrastination. And this cohort starts February the 21st, because we must leave everything that happened in 2022 in 2022 and now bring it into 2023. Because it's our turn, it's our time, and it's our season to harvest all the manifestations, everything we tried to we planted seeds to accomplish in 2022. It's going to harvest in 2023. But we have to get rid of any self-doubt and any procrastination, so that we not, like you say, allow our own self to stop the greatness that's in us and stop being our own achievers, and bring our dreams to fruition. Okay, and we can't allow life challenges to be a destiny stopper. So I'm excited about today, and I know this is our last show today on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
excited to
on
have
Zoom.
you. And hold on, we have someone else in the waiting room. Let me admit them. Okay, Audrey, come
Okay.
on in. This is exciting. I didn't know it's our last show. All right, so here,
Yes.
what do we have in store for our listeners today? Because there's always so much information that you have, and you just always uplift all of us each and every time we speak, which I appreciate.
Oh, that's great, because today this is and also this is the last Tuesday in 2022.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it
Yes,
is.
so I want to encourage and motivate and empower our audience today to look forward to 2023. And like I said earlier, let go of everything and leave everything in 2022. And it's time for you to achieve the greatness that's in you in 2023.
Yeah.
And I want to, we've been talking about relationships. And remember, we started with introspection. And this is why I'm encouraging individuals to sign up for my course to overcome self-doubt and procrastination. Because while we all need mentorship, you can't always say, I got this. Okay, we all learn through each other's experiences, because what you've been through in life is not for you, it's for somebody else.
Yeah.
So this is one thing we were talking about, relationships, and something I said last week. It's important to really assess our relationships. Are you around people that's increasing you or decreasing you? Building you or discouraging you? And this time you got one life to live.
Yeah.
So it's time to be all that God created for us to be. And let the nonsense go. And stop looking back, shoulda, coulda, and woulda. You can't change the past, but you can definitely change your present and your future. And what legacy are you leaving? Planting seeds now so it can harvest. And at my church, we have our theme for 2023, and it's called Harvest Time. It's harvest time. And only you and I can make these things happen.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, one of the things we're talking about of introspection, which is part of the procrastination course and overcoming self-doubt, is being flexible.
Yeah.
Learning how to be flexible, knowing how to shift gears without an adverse reaction in attitude or behavior.
Yeah.
Or in our workflow, because why? We have to understand change is going to happen.
Yeah.
And if we don't move with change, change is going to move without us. So we have to know how to navigate it.
Yeah.
So that we can, bring our visions, our dreams to fruition. And, and like I said, and assess these relationships that's not adding value.
Yeah.
Because I have a saying, each relationship will either abort your assignment or they're advancing.
Mm-hmm.
Look at your relationships. Is there someone that you have in your relationship that is aborting your assignment, or are they adding to it? Are they helping to advance it?
Yeah.
And sometimes we let certain people into our relationship, and we, into our relationship that like that, and as a result of that, we feel obligated to them.
Yeah.
And we put ourselves on a back burner. And that's very good for a lot of us women. We do that. We got to please our children. We got to please our husband. We got to please our friends. We got to please everyone and everything, everyone else. And, and then we found out, you know what? I didn't do me.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I?
Yeah.
You know, and life has just passed you by, Jill.
Yeah.
So it's interesting and it's important that we don't allow life to pass us by, but we feel the greatness that's already in us.
Mm-hmm.
Because intimacy should be earned and not freely given.
Yeah.
We are very intimate with our friends, our family, our children, but when they're ready to go about their business, Jill, they're going about their business.
Yep.
And then you realize, you know what? I'm left here alone. And I let life just passed me by. So right now in 2023, I'm encouraging the audience and all my listeners, take some time for you and ask God, help me to fulfill the greatness that's in me so I can enjoy life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And live it more abundantly.
Mm-hmm.
And be all that I was created to be, and take all the nonsense off. Leave it in 2022. You are you are part of my past, but you can't be a part of my present or my future.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and actually, when was the last time I did something good for me?
Good question. Yeah.
When was the last time, I really took time and enjoyed me? Or am I trying to make sure I'm pleasing everyone else?
Mm-hmm. Because
true friendship is a gift. It's never a demand requirement. True friendship is a gift. If you're in a relationship with a friend that's demanding your time and demanding certain things from you, reassess.
Mm-hmm.
Reassess. Because you got to make sure every relationship is pouring into you as you pour into them.
Yeah.
It's a give and take. What relationship are you in that's not putting a smile on your face? Mm-hmm. That's not building you. Even if it's a marriage. To people, well, I'd rather, be with somebody than not be and be unhappy, and then instead of being alone.
Yeah.
Worst thing is being in a relationship that you wish you were never in. Because another point I want to bring out about relationships and just reassess as we go into 2023. When wrong people leave your life, wrong things stop happening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When wrong people leave your life, wrong things stop happening in your life. But when the right people are in your life, right things start happening. You start growing through leaps and bounds, spiritually, personally, and professionally.
Yep.
And then guess what, Jill? Financially, you start growing through leaps and bounds. Because it's time to get off that crazy cycle.
Yeah.
Spiritually, personally, professionally, even financially. Every year you should be growing financially. I said every month instead of every year. But it's only you. It's left up to you. You got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. How do you renew your mind? And I'm going to tell everyone a secret.
Mhm.
You know, 2 things I use. One thing, I use the word of God because I like who God tells me who I am instead of people.
Mhm.
I like when he let me know, you obey my voice, you stand on my promises, you can do all things
Mhm.
through Christ who strengthens you. The second thing is you renew your mind by what? Acting on everything that you speak. Instead of being a talker, be a doer.
Mhm.
You make things happen. You can't expect any people to make things happen for you. When opportunities arise, embrace them. So this is why I'm running my course, Overcoming Self-Doubt and Procrastination. Many people don't even understand why they procrastinate. A lot of times that's a lot to do with self-doubt. Oh no, I'm good. I got myself, I got your high self-esteem. Think about it. And many times there's nothing wrong with it. We all experience it. I experienced it. This is why I can teach it. Because now I've learned how to be an achiever, so I can encourage others to be an achiever, spiritually, personally, and professionally. And enjoy life. Go take that trip. Don't wait for my Mary Sue and Jane, Tom, Dick, or Harry. Nobody's responsible for your happiness but you. But let me tell you one thing. Another point I want to make out before I know our time is up and it's short, but if you fail to guard your own life, do you know you're like a city without walls? Just some things to think about. 2023, it's time to guard your life. Make things happen today. And go sign up for my course on drjulkenney.com. Invest in you. Nobody should be invested in you but you. Nobody can help you grow but you. God put everything in us to achieve the greatness that he created in us. That's why I use that scripture in the Bible since I was a child. In Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So use that today for 2023. Nothing's impossible. Take the limits off. And also, I just want to and this is why, and I like to combine, the spiritual, personal, and professional part of life. All three. You know why I like to combine it? Because they feed into one another. And many people don't realize that. They just focus on their spiritual and leave their personal and professional. Or they focus on their professional, leave their spiritual and professional. I mean, spiritual and personal. Or they just focus on their personal. Let's do it all. God is concerned about us all. And this is why, and professionally, let me explain. When you take the limits off of you, you can do anything you put your mind to. And also I want to say, if you're in a job you've been in for 10 years, doing the same job for 10 years, that means you're not growing. You're really comfortable. So then you're not stretching, yourself. So you're not learning. And our brains, as we get older, we need to constantly create wrinkles by learning something new. What's new that you learned today? Every day I ask myself that question. I pick up a book, I pick up a Bible, I pick up something, or either I listen to a podcast, something that's going to encourage you to learn. Introspection, building our relationships. Those are the 2 things I want to leave with the audience today. Take an introspective look within you. Be real with you and assess your relationships. It's going to bring out the best in you as you bring out the best in them. So that's what I want them to look forward to. So that's why also too, and I'm going to, also want to encourage, my husband's the bishop of Tabernacle of Life, and I am the pastor. And we have spending our New Year's Eve in church. And because why? I always believe in thanking God for what happened for keeping us in 2022. And being a house of God, thanking him for 2023 coming in. So we're going to be at the Doubletree Hotel in Fairfield, New Jersey. And you can go to tabernacleoflife.org to learn more about that and to find out how to get there. Or you can reach me at Dr. Jewel at jkppd.com. And I don't even mind giving out my phone number because it's all over the place anyway. It's out there at 201-523-2260. Please feel free to give me a call. And feel free to talk with you about my course on overcoming self-doubt and procrastination, as well as life, to help you be the best that you can be in 2023, to fulfill the greatness that's already in you. Forget about the past. You know, and always remember, people's rejection is God's protection.
Beautifully said. My goodness. Wow. Dr. Julwel Kenney, again, tell us your website, how we can reach you.
Yes, you can reach me at drjewelkenney.com.
Julwel spelled JULWELKENNEY, just to point that out, because Jewel could be spelled multiple different ways.
Yes.
Tell me more about what's happening at the hotel. Give me the specifics, the dates, the times, and how we could sign up for it.
Yes, it's going to be at the DoubleTree Hotel on December the 31st, starting at 9:30 p.m. It's going to be an awesome time.
And where is it? Which hotel
It's at the
specifically?
DoubleTree Hotel in Fairfield, New Jersey.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
In New Jersey at 9:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it. We're going to have an awesome good time. Yes, bringing in 2023. Yes, and yes, if you love gospel music, this is the place to go. Yes, because it's not going to be quiet. I'm going to tell you right now. So I tell everybody, bring your dancing shoes because we're going to have a good time.
That's what it's all about, right? Letting go. And perfect timing, right? The new year to celebrate. My goodness.
Excellent, excellent. Yes. And that's what I said. If anyone, and that's what I said, you have any questions and you're not too sure.
Yeah.
About where to go, how to do it, what to assess, and how to assess your relationships, how to overcome self-doubt. A lot of times we don't like to admit that we deal with doubt. Because we think, we all that we're not supposed, but sometimes do a self-assessment, and really check out our relationship. And because many people don't really, there's another point I want to bring out. Failure occurs when the wrong person gets too close to you. You ever thought about that?
Yeah.
Failure occurs when the wrong person gets too close to you. When things are not happening the way you think it should be happening, who are you listening to? Who are you listening to?
Yeah.
And all this can bring, different types of doubt in our mind. Because I'm reading, I have a little bit more time. We talk about all this in my course, overcoming self-doubt and procrastination.
Yeah.
How do you do that? So that you can achieve, your goals? We have to set goals. And we can never feel we arrived. Because when you feel you arrived, guess what happened? That's when we start procrastinating.
Yeah.
And that's lazy. Right? You get lazy. Am I right or wrong, Jill?
It's so true. It is. You do get lazy. Guilty. Yes, it's true.
Because I'm not learning anything. I'm doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, we're getting stagnant in our ways. Yeah.
Stagnant. But when we really look at something, we say, you know what? I want a true friend.
Yeah.
And what a true friend will remain what? Consistent during the tough times. They're not going to destroy you. They're going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, but it's going to build you, not destroy you.
Oh, yeah.
So that we won't get stagnated. They're like, come on, you've been in that same thing too long. What did you learn today? Do you ever ask yourself that question? What did I learn today?
Well, that's it. A lot of people are also scared of the new, scared to learn, scared to. So, what would you say to someone out there who's living right now in fear, who's a little anxious about the change and about doing something new, stepping out of their comfort zone? Of course, we can only tell them so much. Take chances, take a risk, But what do you say to someone out there who's listening who wants this and wants more productive life and to start changing, but they're stuck? Give us the inspiration.
Excellent. One thing you have to do, stop thinking, okay, in the future. Okay, what should have, could have, and would have.
Mm-hmm.
If you're stuck, one step at a time.
Okay.
One step at a time. And what we end up doing to ourselves, what if? You start, and this is how people get stuck, and fear happens.
Mm-hmm.
What if? The job, a lot of it, they think of the negative instead of thinking of the positive first.
Mm-hmm.
So I would encourage someone that's like, I don't know how to do it, and they don't. Number one, stop thinking about what if.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing that stops individuals from moving forward. You what if. So what you end up doing is thinking about the negative thing that can happen instead of the positive.
Yeah.
So the negative thing is what caused you to fear. It caused you not to move.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I take the, you know what? If I sign up for school right now, I know I'm going to succeed in it.
Yeah.
But instead of saying, if I sign up for school, what if I don't have enough time? What if I start and I don't finish?
Yeah.
Okay. What if I lose my job? You start thinking about the negative. Get rid of the what ifs. And start thinking about, this is what's going to happen. I'm signing up for school today because right now I'm investing in me. Think of everything, all the positives that can happen. Get rid of the what ifs. That's the number one, and that's what's a destiny stopper. And causes fear. Generally causes fear. Yeah. Only you can transform your thinking. Stop thinking about the negative. See the positive instead of the negative. Stop looking at what happened in the past. What mistakes you made in the past and bring it into the future. And let your future affect your past. Don't let your past affect your future.
Yeah.
Because and many people, and this is what happens. And it really, you get stuck. And then you start thinking, I don't want anyone to think this about me. You're already thinking how people gonna think about you, and people got their own life. They ain't thinking about you. They got their own problems.
Yeah.
So stop putting, the cart before the horse. One step at a time. And see what you want to happen. So that you can get unstuck.
Yeah.
And that's and this is how you navigate change. Navigating change starts with what? Transforming your thinking. To see the positive instead of the negative. Because it's easy to think negative, but it takes work and determination. To see the positive, to think the positive, and to speak the positive. To make it happen. Yeah. I can tell you one thing, and if I tell one short story, I tell individuals how I completed my PhD.
Sure.
And it took me 8 years. I have 2 PhDs, but my first one took me 4 years. So I thought that was easy, no problem. So Jill, crazy me, went back for a second one.
Yeah.
That one took me 8 years.
Wow.
8 years. And what I kept seeing was myself in a cap and gown.
Yeah.
I didn't allow the challenges. And this one, that second one was so hard. Oh, it was so hard.
Yeah.
But I took it as a challenge. I'm learning something. I'm learning something. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. And guess what, Jill? I did it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't let all the negative things that were happening and all the obstacles that were in the way stop me. Because I kept seeing myself in that cap and gown, walking down that aisle.
Amazing. Yep. Amazing.
Yes. So that's how you have to do. That's how you overcome this. Like I said, I did it. So this is why I love to encourage and motivate and empower others. See yourself achieving your goals. Don't see where you are. See where you're going. And know that nothing's impossible. You were created to win. Even when things get tough, you're learning something. When you're crying, you're learning something. When you're hurting, you're learning something.
Yeah.
Life is about lessons learned. But it's how you handle the challenge which determines your outcome.
Beautifully said. More positivity from our friend here, Dr. Julwel Kenney, and really looking forward to the new year. And again, the big conference at the Fairfield in Fairfield, New Jersey coming up. We can find out more information about that big event on the website, which is what?
tabernacleoflife.org. That's tabernacleoflife.org. You don't want to miss it. I'm going to tell you, we're going to have a time. And if you want to hear some more about growing spiritually, personally, and professionally, I also teach a class every Wednesday at 7:30.
Awesome.
Okay, at 7:30. And you can find out more about that at tabernacleoflife.org as well. Thanks a million, Jill.
Thank you. And thank you to our listeners who came in to hear as well. And Happy New Year. Looking forward to what's to come for everyone. And I believe in new beginnings and maybe not so much resolutions, but it is a good time to reflect upon the past and to be better for our future. I agree. Dr. Kenney, thank you so much. Thank you to all of our listeners. And I guess we'll talk next year. Cheesy line, but I'm going to say it. Have a great day. Thank you again. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Teacher Nell. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.